Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between NaaMa and NightEnd here on Desert Oasis. We have NaaMa spawning as the green Terran player over here on the north side of Desert Oasis, pretty much doing the standard well-mannered play between these two players. Meanwhile, back over here on the south side, we have the blue Protoss player NightEnd here on Desert Oasis. Desert Oasis is one of those really just strange maps where there's a lot of expansions. It takes a long time to really walk to your opponent's base, and it's really hard to get any I have an MTW shirt. Anyways, it takes a long time to really get to your opponent's base, so it opens up for a more economic style of play. Terran players can try to go for Reapers, but I don't see any sort of 9 Reaper. Oh, actually, no, do we have a 9 Reaper build? We do have a 9 Reaper build. So it's a 9 rack, so not quite sure if it's going to be a Reaper build. We should see a refinery already being placed down. Otherwise, that barracks may be placed down just for an earlier orbital command. Back over here, NightEnd playing more for an economic boost, but chrono boosted and then did not build that second probe. So really wasted 25 energy trying to chrono boost and then going for that 12 gateway as opposed to, or an 11 gateway as opposed to that 12 gateway. Not quite sure if I agree with NightEnd's build there. Probe now moving out in order to do some scouting, and we finally have this refinery down, supply depot being positioned, add an upgrade. No upgrade to an orbital command. So NightEnd doing a very interesting, NaaMa doing a very interesting early racks, but really not capitalizing too much off of it, also making sure that there's no proxy gateways in this space as a probe now coming in to scout. So scouting probe now going to be coming in. We also have a scouting SCV moving on out as well. We have a Vespene Geyser and now the Cybernetics Core being placed down by the Protoss NightEnd most likely knowing that a lot of early Reaper harassment on Desert Oasis is a large possibility, so really wants to get that Cybernetics Core, get that early Stalker just in case there is any early Reaper harassment. We have the second pylon now being placed down, so that was a Cybernetics Core before a pylon. So really NightEnd going to be hurting a little bit economically, will be supply locked for a couple moments, and now once again, we're going to have go up to 19 Harvesters, perhaps try to get that earlier Stalker that I was talking about earlier. Marauders now coming into play, and NaaMa really not going for any traditional build that I can see. I don't see, perhaps he's going to try to hide a factory down here, or try to hide some building down here, but this isn't really, trying to hide a factory doesn't work out all too well. Perhaps trying to hide something here and then trying to deny the gas of the Protoss player here with this ranged siege tanks on this ledge. But I don't see any real indicators coming in from both of these players. We have the concussive shells still now being researched. We have the warp gate research now coming in, and now getting a third pylon, but no robotics bay, no second gateway yet. This is perhaps a very interesting build, as now we have a barracks being placed down here, and this barracks is not a proxy barracks, more as a lift up barracks in order to gain sight on to these probes over here. But really, the range of a Marauder with a range of 6 will not be able to scout out all that much, so we'll need some additional, maybe a siege tank in order to really be able to shoot up there. Maybe if the Marauders are here, they'll be able to shoot some of these probes. And now a Stalker coming over still does not know about this proxy racks and these Marines and Marauders that are standing guard over here. So a second Marauder now coming in to join the fight. Concussive shells have been finished. And now out comes this rack. So this rack's going to go ahead and float on up. The racks may even try to do something silly and land right in this position. And if it's able to land right there, dropping down a bunker. So so he may be able to go ahead and drop this down here, and now in come 2 Stalkers. That Stalker getting forced back just a little bit, and now down go a couple of their shields, so those Stalkers now being forced back even further. And now we have an upgrade to a warp gate, so the production of the Protoss player NightEnd will increase dramatically. We should probably start seeing some Zealots being warped in. Yeah, some Zealots being warped in to try to counter those Marauders, but those Zealots, without that speed upgrade, without charge, will not be able to really zero in on that distance between those Marauders. One Marauder now coming in, bunker now, or barracks now landing, so we may start seeing some units being trained out of this barracks. And this is a really strange bunker harassment here. And 2 Marauders into that one bunker there. The SCV has been taken down. SCV or probes coming off the mineral line, trying to take down that one bunker. Marauders doing a little bit of kiting, taking down one of those Zealots. down goes this bunker, but the damage may have already been done as there's now Marauders now coming out to do a little bit more of that fighting. More kiting. This one Marauder down to 29 hit points, and wow, what a great fight so far. However, NaaMa not really capitalizing off of the training. Currently supply locked. Now, more Marines want to be trained on up. Probes coming off the line in order to do more fighting. Another Stalker getting taken down. And those probes that have a faster movement speed are able to get in a couple hits on those Marauders. One Marauder trying to come in, trying to do some more fighting. And now a Zealot will start to do a little bit of an engagement. I think there is no room right there. So if a Marine pops out right here, the Zealot will be forced to run around. Yeah, so the Zealot's being forced to run around. However, a Stalker's coming in to join in on that fight as well. We have more Marauders coming in to join. We have, what, 4 probes off the mineral line trying to chase down these Marauders. One Marauder getting taken down, and now in comes these Zealots. Zealots now fighting even further. Very nice micro, splitting up all 3 of these Marauders, and one of those Marauders now low on hit points as well. Perhaps we'll be able to take down that, no, unable to take down that Stalker at 11 hit points, and more kiting. So it's one Stalker able to take down 1, perhaps 2 additional. Oh, nice kiting once again, and Marauder down to 3 hit points, and this Marauder is dancing around, and this poor Zealot doesn't stand a chance. Down he goes to the Protoss afterlife. Stalker is now able to go ahead and push back this barracks. Barracks now being forced to fly away. Barracks, I believe, is in fact burning. Yes, so that barracks already burning, even though it was only in the orange there for a little while. SCV will need to come over to start repairing it if that barracks wants to be saved. Or the command center now being placed down. So a second command center trying to take that fast expansion. Factory now being placed down, and a starport being placed down. So we may get some dropship action. Barracks now just going to suicide to try to gain some sight, and he's going to be able to spot a 2-gate with a Robo Bay. Nothing new over there with a Twilight Council being built off to the side. However, NaaMa does not know about this Twilight Council sitting right here. And nice placement by NightEnd. NightEnd getting that Twilight Council, and most likely for Zealot Charge or Stalker Blink. I cannot imagine he's going to try to do any Dark Shrine. Oh, he is going to do a Dark Shrine play. So NightEnd going to go ahead and change it up. He will be able to get that Warp Prism in, and then if he's able to Warp Prism and perhaps do some, drop in some Dark Templars, that is really going to change up the game. NaaMa, I do not see any turrets in the base. He does have the Orbital Command sitting with 65 energy. We should probably see, yes, another observer. Little surprised by that. Was hoping to see perhaps a Warp Prism, so that Warp Prism will be able to complete and then start warping in some additional Stalkers just over there. Command Center back over here now. We also have an engineering base, so we should start seeing some missile turrets as well. And we now have Banshees coming in. So a Banshee, no tech for the cloaking yet. And now Marines is going to go ahead and do a little bit more scouting. SCV moving away. Okay, there's I guess a quick pause between these two games here. As NaaMa getting us a stronger economic advantage, seen on 36 harvesters, in addition to the ability to call down mules. So those mules will be able to help out significantly in terms of getting a boost of additional, additional minerals. Taking a look at the production, Dark Shrine completing, it should be completed in a moment. 2 more gateways being laid down. Stalker is going to go ahead and take down that SCV over here as more Stalkers coming in. 1 SCV, NaaMa doing a good job just scouting, realizing, and NightEnd not gonna be able to take any additional expansions. Do we have any Dark Templars? No Dark Templars yet, even though the Dark Shrine has been completed. We do have the Observer still scouting out over here, and now a proxy pylon being taken down by NaaMa, so NightEnd losing that proxy pylon here. Stay tuned for part 2 of this replay between NightEnd and NaaMa here on Desert Oasis.